Hi, and welcome back to Ion Radio. I'm Ken.
I'm John.
And today we've got another Star Wars Armada battle report for you, and we've got two kind of similar fleets on different factions. John, what did you bring today?
I have a Sato list that I've been working on over the course of the couple seasons. I've done Sato Blue Dice, I've done Sato Black Dice, and then this is kind of like how I've always generally run Sato, which is just a weird build. So we're going to see how that compares to the rest.
And today I have one of our patron fleets. This is one of our admirals, Rovechkin, and he brought in a Tagge fleet. We've got an ISD, some light cruisers. Again, very similar to your build in a very real sense in terms of the ships on the table.
Yeah, so big shout out to all of our Patreon members. If you would like to become one of our Patreon members and possibly get a list on the channel, check out the link down below.
All right, let's get right to the fleets and then to the action.
Coming in at 400 points, we have a general Tagge list brought to you by Rovechkin. Tagge is on an Imperial 2 Star Destroyer with gunnery team, electronic countermeasures, SW7 ion batteries, the H9 turbo lasers, and the Avenger title. We have two Arquitens light cruisers with turbo laser reroute circuits, Kazanti cruiser with CommsNet, and filling out 4 squadrons, Mauler Mythal, Valen Rudor, Black Squadron, Saber Squadron, a TIE Defender Squadron, and a TIE Interceptor Squadron.
Here is my Commander Sato list coming in at 394 points. Commander Sato is sitting on an Assault Frigate Mark II-B. He has Ordnance Experts and Electronic Countermeasures. My next ship is an MC-30 Scout Frigate with Ordnance Experts, Assault Photon Torpedoes, Spinal Armament, and the Foresight title. The next ship is also an MC-30 Scout Frigate with Ordnance Experts, Advanced Projectors, Assault Proton Torpedoes, and Spinal Armaments. I have a GR-75 Medium Transport with CommsNet. And then for fighters, I have Shara Bay, Tycho, a Hawk 290 Generic, and 3 A-Wings. The idea is to hold the fighters back and throw them forward to trigger Sato's ability.
All right, John won the bid and gave me the following choices: Most Wanted, Planetary Ion Cannon, and Solar Corona. I'm going to choose Planetary Ion Cannon for this match just because, frankly, Solar Corona is not going to help me out. Most Wanted, it's a GR-75 and gone. And as a complete side note, it's fascinating that we both have the same objective.
Thank you for watching Ion Radio. If you enjoyed this content, hit the like button. If you'd like to see more, subscribe and click the bell to be notified when we release new videos. Come join the conversation with our community on Discord and check out all of our social media links linked down below in the description. One of the ways to show support for our channel is to purchase things from our merchandise store, links down below. If you would like to use arrange rulers and token holders like we use in our videos, make sure to check out Admiral Tater's ship shop for all your acrylic needs.
Here's Tagge's fleet. Tagge's on an ISD-2. It's the Avenger.
We have the 2 light cruisers over here surrounding the Gazanti. Everything's at speed 2 with the exception of the ISD running at speed 3, and my spattering of squadrons right in the middle.
Here's the Sato fleet. Sato sitting here at speed 2. Foresight is sitting here at speed 2. The advanced projector frigate is there at speed 2. The transport is in the middle at speed 1 with my 2 aces, green and red, which red is Shara, green is Tycho, and then blue are generics, and that is my generic Hawk.
First activation, turn 1. Arquitens number 2. Nav, we're going to use that as the dial. Stay at speed 2, but we're going to add an extra click on the first joint. So we are now over here.
Starting with my transport, it is revealing a squadron. We're going to take it as a token, and then net it over to the frigate. And then we're going speed 1, so we're going to keep going speed 1.
Gazanti Squadron, we're going to take that as a token, and then we are going to move at speed 2. And put us right over here, getting cozy with the ISD.
We're going to go with Sato. He's revealing an engineering. We're going to be taking it as a token because something's got to power that ECM. And then we're going to go ahead speed 2.
Activate Avenger and Tag. Nav, we're going to take that as a token. And we're going to move ahead speed 3. And puts us right there.
We're going to go with Foresight. Foresight's revealing a squadron. We're going to take it as a token. And then we're going to overlap all of my fighters as I go speed 2. Doesn't really matter because they're A-wings, but...
Yeah, I just push them all in the back corner there.
Like this?
Yeah, it looks good. Yeah,
I'm gonna
right.
keep on flying.
They're A-wings, it doesn't matter.
No, not on the first turn. That's why I didn't care.
Final Arquitens. Nav, we're going to use that as the dial. We're going to jump to speed 3. And go right over here. So, I'm going to have to airlift this a little bit too. There.
This guy, he's going to be revealing a squadron. He's going to take it as a token. And then we're going to go speed 2. You guessed it. Straight ahead. I overlap this A-wing back corner.
Yep.
Now move on to squadron phase.
The first 2, we're going to move Black Squadron. Black Squadron is going to move to about here. And we're going to take this TIE Defender, and TIE Defender Squadron is going to come right up next to it.
I'm going to start by moving this A-wing. It can move 5 to there, completely surrounded on that. And I think this little thing doesn't move as fast. It's only 3. So, I actually can get it on it. So we move it kind of like that.
Alright, Valen Rudor, he is going to... Most of these I'm not going anywhere near. We're just going to put Mauler right behind him. We're not going to reduce this damage here.
Okay, rest of the A-wings, I'm going to put my 2 aces on top of the station. Like that.
So we have the generic TIE Interceptor. He's going to hang out over here with the Defenders. And Saber Squadron is going to be in the back. I think we're ready to go there. John, you have 2 more to go.
My last 2, one's going to fly to the station. And this one's going to fly over onto that debris field. Start of round 2, I'm going to be making the ion shot into this Arquiten, because might as well, because I have the shot. We're going to be going into your front arc. It's going to be 4 blues at medium range. Take 4.
Wow, that's a lot. Into my front, huh?
Yep.
All right, so I'm going to do a redirect. We're going to push 2 to the left, 1, 2, and 2 to the front. And then I think, did I see a crit in there?
Yeah, I get to choose what type of crit I want. I'm trying to figure out which defense token I want you to spend.
Yep. No, it's the defender must choose and exhaust one of his defense tokens.
Oh, okay, then you can choose.
Yeah. So I'm going to burn the contain.
Okay, perfect. Okay, and that's that.
Alright, so now into turn 2 proper, ship phase, Gazanti, nav. We're going to use it as the dial. And we're going to move speed 1, reducing to speed 1. 1 click, I believe I'll be okay. And I am. Plenty of room, John, plenty of room.
We're going to activate the transport. The transport's going to be revealing a navigate. We're going to take it as a token, and we're going to kick that token over to the Gubby. Just collecting tokens. I have almost all the useful ones. And then we're going to go ahead and move forward to right there.
Arquitens number 1, nav. We're going to use that as the dial. We're going to reduce to speed 2. And then in the process of flying, going to do this.
Very much so, overlapping.
Yeah,
Saber.
we're overlapping Saber. Where would you like Saber to go?
It doesn't really matter, but back corner, close that one. Yep.
All right, there we go.
We're going to go with Sato. He has a navigate. We're going to use it as the dial because I got a token. And we're going to add an extra click into it, and we're going to crank it like that. Feel like there's an asteroid coming my way, but we'll see.
Moving the other Arquitens. Tight formation here. Nav, we're going to take this as a token. We'll stay at speed 2. 1 click on that final yaw. Come out.
Okay, we're going to go with the MC30 Foresight, and we're revealing a navigate. We're going to take it as a token, and then I'm going to attempt to not run over this debris field by moving like this. I'm very much so good.
Yeah, you're good. If it was a medium-based ship on the other.
Yeah.
ISD time. Nav, can you use that as the dial? We're dropping down to speed 2. I'm going to pick this guy up for a second while I make the move. Thrust around like so. Plenty of space.
Okay, we're going to activate my last ship. It's revealing a navigate. We're going to take it as the dial. I'm also going to spend the squadron because we're here to Sato things. And this guy's going to come up, land partially on this with enough sticking out that I'm going to shoot into the front of the Arquiten here.
Okay.
Black dice. Nothing.
Okay.
Cool. And then I have the ISD double arced.
You do.
So we're going to shoot out the side into the front of the ISD.
Mm-hmm.
I have 2 reds, which become 2 blacks.
Okay. Yay, Sato.
And here we go. We're going to re-roll both of them with Ordnance Experts. Or you can have 2 dice.
Alright, so I will brace that to 2 and push them to the left-hand side. Well, the 1. Okay.
Now we're going to shoot out the front. I have Spinal, so I have 2 reds
Yep.
at long range. So we're going to convert both of those with Sato to black dice.
Okay.
And we're going to roll in 2 dice. And we're going to Ordnance Experts this one. 4 take 3 damage.
Okay. So I will spend the brace out to make that 2. We'll spend this redirect to redirect.
Before you have to declare where you're going to redirect
Yeah,
it to.
I'm looking before I decide.
I'm going to be redirecting to the right-hand starboard side.
APT.
APT. So here's the APT. APT is capacitor failure. If a hull zone has no shields remaining, you cannot recover. If hull zone is defending, you cannot spend. Okay, so we're going to put one. That's what, 2 I said? We're going to push 1 over, and we're going to keep 1 on the front then.
Okay, and then we're going to stay at speed 2, but we're going to add this extra click in to try to stay out of medium range of this ISD, and I think I successfully did that.
Alright, so here we go with Squadrons. We're going to move a few here. So I'm going to get the TIE Defender. It's going to pick up, hang out with the A-Wing. Hello there. So we're now engaged. I guess he wouldn't say hello there, would he?
No.
And then the Black Squadron's going to go just on the other side.
Okay. My first squadron's going to come up, and it's going to land right there, so it's clearly on it. And my next squadron over here is going to just move to the edge, remaining right on it.
So let's move Mauler, and we can get him right up next to that TIE Defender. Would you say that they are engaged then, or?
If they're engaged, yes.
So
you're engaged here with me.
Takes
That's what
one
you
day.
mean.
Yeah, I'm engaged with that one A-Wing. That A-Wing will not live too long, hopefully. And then for the second one, let's go ahead and move Saber Squadron right up here.
I know Ken still has 2 more fighters. I'm just going to activate all of mine. Like that. And then Ken can finish up. Regardless of what Ken's going to do, that's what I'm doing.
So let's go ahead and just move the other 2. So we're going to put Valen over here. And we are going to put this TIE Interceptor over here. And I think that will do it for turn 2.
Start of turn 3, and I declare an ion shot being shot into the front of that Arquiten. So that's going to be 4 blue dice, medium range.
That was kind of neat how it bounced.
Right? 4, you can't use your evade, I guess. Take 3.
Take 3. So we're going to my front.
Yep.
We are going to use an evade, or an evade, a redirect, and a contain. You gonna do a special crit?
Yeah, I wasn't going to if you didn't spend the contain, so now you have to spend one of your tokens.
Yeah, so I guess I'm going to spend the other redirect. And there goes 1, 2, and then I take a damage, correct?
Correct.
Okay. 1 down. Now, we're done with the command phase. We go to the start of the ship phase. Tag had turn 3, so the ISD will regain its brace. Alright, now we're in turn 3 proper. Tag is going to start with the ISD. We have a squadron. We're going to use that as the dial, and we're going to start with these squadrons here. So let's start with Black Squadron, who is engaged with your A-Wing. We are going to fire at you with 3 blue dice. For 2, no swarm. So
I'm going to take 2, and I counter you with 2.
So go ahead and do your counter.
For none.
Okay,
So
so
usually what happens when I'm playing Sato. That's why fighters aren't used for that.
and then I think you know what? Actually, I'm going to use the TIE Defender to try and polish you off with 2 dice. You have 1 health, right?
I have 1 health.
Yeah, we're going to use the TIE Defender. So TIE Defender, 2 blacks, 2 blues. There's my 1.
1, then I counter you. For take 2.
2. Wow. All right. So TIE Defender takes 2, and I kill an A-Wing. Points are on the board, John.
Yes, they are.
All right. Now I could move with the Defender. And actually, I'm going to. But we're just going to move over here. going to do, John, is I'm going to take the Saber Squadron here. We're going to move him up over here, and then we're going to stay... Because I can still snipe at you if I want to.
You have to be over
range 2, you know. But I can still do it. It'll just be an obstructed snipe.
Yep.
So let's go ahead and do a snipe. So that'd be snipe 4 minus 1 because obstruction, snipe 3. For a whole lot of nothing, and I can't swarm it.
Nope.
So, yeah, 0, John. Wow, that's everything I ever wanted. I'm not going to activate any more squadrons. Now we're going to make some shots. We are, as we showcased earlier, just outside of medium range. So we have long range shot at the side of that MC-30. 4 red dice. Unobstructed. And I got a couple things I could potentially use. So here we go. So there's 3. I'm just going to leave it with 3 because that's really not... 3.
We make it 2.
Yeah.
And with advanced projectors, I move all the damage to the far side.
I have no other shots, so here we go at speed 2.
If you're taking a debris field.
Yeah.
Or an asteroid. I would prefer the asteroid.
I know you would prefer the asteroid, John, but yeah, I'm just gonna take the debris field instead. So I'm gonna bump these out of the way just temporarily, so I can put this down. So okay, hang on.
And that guy's gonna get overlapped too.
He was here. Is that an overlap? He won't. I'll let you make the call on that one if you think it was overlapped or not.
We'll just go with overlap.
Okay.
And he goes right there.
So he was there. Yeah, so well, he's moved like a fraction of an inch there.
Yeah, but this guy now touches you there.
He does, and I have to take 2, so we're going to lose that off the rear.
Sato, we're going to do a nav. And I measured it out, and there's just no way for me to fly well around this. So we're going to drop to speed 1 so that I don't take the asteroid this turn.
Do the Gazanti next. Gazanti showing squadrons. We're going to use that as the dial. I can activate the 2 closest ones, so Mauler will have to wait till later. Valen Rudor is going to go right up to the MC-30. Blue die into the side for an accuracy. So he's got a very accurate shot. And then the generic interceptor is going to do the same thing. And then he fires into the side again, blue, for another accuracy. Cool. Huh, okay. Then the Gazanti's going to ramp, staying at speed 1. Gazanti's going to make a tight turn here, coming around like so.
Okay, so after a long conversation and looking at the board, this transport's revealing a navigate. And I'm dropping to speed 0. So I'm going to explain it really fast. If I go speed 1, this ship's shots will be obstructed by that ship. And I'll displace my fighters, which is bad because I need them to be obstructed so they can move and not get maulered. If I go speed 2, then I'm here, and both range 1 or speed 1 and speed 2 puts me in medium range of the Star Destroyer. Here I'm at least at long range, and Ken has to roll perfectly on red dice if he chooses to attack it, which he may or may not, so who knows?
So we're going to activate the Arquitens over here, Confire. I got to take that as a token. I have no shots with this. There is a reason I'm doing this. So I'm going to wind up, unfortunately, ramming myself with the ISD, which will bring me back to speed 1, which will then just overlap some squadrons. I'm definitely overlapping Mauler. I don't think I'm going to overlap Black Squadron.
Your dial is.
Yeah, it dial will. So
It's just close enough.
yeah. So we'll wind up going there. So you can place those 2 squadrons. I get a damage on each one of these ships. And
And then back to you, John.
Activating the in danger ship, we have a navigate. We're going to shoot first out of the rear into the front of this ISD. We start with 2 reds and a black. Sato, because of this ship right here, says that they all become blacks. So let's roll into the front of your ISD with 3 black dice. We're going to Ordnance Experts this one. It doesn't want to be, so...
I have 2 shields on both of the sides, right?
Correct.
So I am going to redirect to the right side.
Okay.
I'm going to leave it at that. I'm assuming you're
APTing you.
All right. APT, damage munitions. Before or while attacking a ship, before you roll your attack pool, remove 1 die of your choice. That's gonna hurt. And then I take 3. So we have 1, 2, 3. Okay.
Okay, and then my side shot into your front is going to be 3 blacks plus 2 reds. The 2 reds are going to be switched out for 2 more blacks. And we're going to just take a blast into you. Yep. We're going to Ordnance Experts this one for take 8 damage.
So we are going to brace that down to 4. We're going to redirect to the left side, and I'm going to contain that. So I believe that's all shields and 1 hit.
All shields and 1 hit, Ken.
Okay.
And then measure this out carefully. We're going to see if this works, but we're going to do this maneuver to there.
All right. Activating the other Arquitens. I have a concentrate fire dial. We're going to be using it. We've got a juicy medium range shot at the MC30 here. So 3 red dice. That's a good start. And then I am going to concentrate fire in another red.
Oof.
And let's go ahead and that's number 1. We're going to TRC this into a crit. I'm going to block your medium range. You can force me to re-roll 1. You have what, 3 shields on the side?
I have almost full health.
So block your good, redirect, take 5.
Okay. We're going to have you re-roll a double.
Okay, so 3.
We take 3 to the front.
Okay. And I have no other shots, and I misread which ship had which tokens. So my brilliant idea is not going to work out to be as brilliant as I had hoped. I will wind up ramming that Arquiten, so each one of my Arquitens takes yet another damage.
That one Arquiten's coming close to not being healthy.
I suspect he may not survive the next round.
We're going to activate Foresight. It has a navigate. We're going to use it. And we're going to make this not obstructed long-range shot into the front of this ISD. Because I have that fighter still sitting there, my 2 red dice out the side become 2 black dice. And we chuck 2 black dice at you, Ken. We're going to re-roll both of them with Ordnance Experts because I would like to get an APT out. And I do. 3 damage into your front.
Fire. All right, so I can't use a redirect because I have no shields there.
You have 1 shield right there. That's your last shield.
Capacitor failure, so I cannot recover shields nor move shields to it. If that hull zone is defending, you cannot spend redirect.
Okay, so
all right, I'm going to dump the brace, bringing that down to 2. Yeah, and that's all I'm going to do. Dump the brace, bring that down to 2. So I will wind up taking 2. I'm assuming the APT comes up.
APT comes in.
Structural damage! Of course it's a structural damage. It's always a structural damage. And then 2 more. 1, 2.
What's that leave your ISD at?
5, 7 total hits. I have 4 health left.
Jeez.
No, I'm sorry. I have 8 total hits. I have 3 health left.
Wow. I did not expect that.
Neither did I.
Okay, and then we're using the thing to do extra clickies to move to right there. And then I believe we jump into fighter phase.
All right, Mauler. Mauler is going to move to about here. Clearly plenty of range, and I'm more or less happy with that.
All of my fighters now go. This A-Wing's going to come up, and it's going to land right there, just so that I can be at range 1 of more things. Actually, I'm just going to move it so I am in range 1 of everything, to make you think. Like that. This guy's going to click. These two are going to move to the front, and this guy in the back is going to move on to the station like that. And now we're moving on to... Oh, thanks.
Mm-hmm.
I clicked it, then re-clicked it.
Yes.
And then we're moving on to turn 4.
So we're going to start with the ISD. ISD. Engineering. We're going to take those 4 points. We're going to get rid of damaged munitions so that I can shoot with my full complement of dice. And we're going to take my first shot because you left me a juicy target and I really don't... I'm going to shoot at the GR-75.
Yep.
No defense token usable. Here we go.
No dice mitigation.
4 red dice. What can I do? Need hits. I've got
It's
enough to
exactly
kill
dead.
it. All right, that makes me feel a little bit better. And then I've got a long range from the right side of the Star Destroyer into your MC-30. It is 1 red die because it's obstructed. And I have a single hit, which you're going to cancel.
I cancel it.
But at least I make you use your token. And then we're going to move. And, man, I really don't want to do this, but I guess I have to.
I'm just gonna...
Do I have to? Overlap, that's free shots for you. But it's going to be shots at me anyways, isn't it? Because you've got enough, yeah. You're going to... So, yeah, let's go ahead and just, if you don't mind.
He's right next to the interceptor.
Yep. We're going to wind up moving like this. Now that will heal 1.
You're going to heal the munitions?
I'm going to heal the capacitor failure issue.
And my guy gets placed down right there. We're going to go with this advanced... I'm going to just call it the advanced MC-30. We got a nav. We're going to use it as the dial.
It's got the advanced turbo lasers that fired crits and stuff.
Yeah. We are long range into your side here.
Okay.
So we're going to go ahead and make that shot. I have a fighter right there.
You do.
So that means I get to shoot 2 black dice at long range into you. I need both basically to be doubles. That's not going to do it, so we're going to re-roll both of them with Ordnance Experts. For...
Well, we're going to cancel the crit. I do have a shield in the rear, so we're going to move it
Yep.
to the side here. Well, the rear.
Yep. That's what I figured. And then we're going to shoot this medium range into your side. And that's going to be the same thing because I nicely put a Sato A-Wing suicide in it.
You did.
Or
are you getting 2 blacks?
Because I have Spinal.
Ah, right.
That's why.
Forgot about Spinal.
Otherwise, it would be like XI7s or
Yeah,
something else.
yeah.
But being able to throw 2 red dice out of every side is pretty
kinda nice.
amazing. And we're going to reroll both into 1 damage into your side.
Medium range. Let's go ahead and we will push that to the front.
Then with the dial, we're going to jump up to speed 4, landing us right here.
Here we go with this Arquitens. Engineering, we are going to use that to get rid of one of my hits. And then you're out of arc, so I'm just going to shoot at the A-Wing. So 1 black die for a hit.
I take a hit.
And I've got nothing else I can shoot, so then I'm just going to go 2 straightforward. Oops. See, I'm taking your A-Wing with me.
Yeah, well, he wants to come along for the ride.
He does. And I did avoid the debris field.
He's something like that.
Okay.
Okay, we're going to activate Foresight. Foresight's revealing a nav. We're going to use it as the dial. And we're going to start off by making a long-range shot into the side of that Arquiten.
Mm-hmm.
And because of friendly A-Wing, we get to switch both those dice out for black dice. So, here we go. 2 blacks. We're going to re-roll both of them with Ordnance. For you're taking an APT.
Wow, that's not fun at all. All right, so we're going to redirect to the rear.
It's long. Cancel it out, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Canceling out the 1, still redirecting to the rear.
Yep.
I think. Yeah, I'll redirect to the rear. So the APT crit is coolant discharge. Only 1 attack you perform each round can target a ship. That is good for you.
That's actually really good for me.
So I'm going to just take 1 on the rear, 1 on the side then.
Yep.
Okay.
And then we're going to do this close range shot into the side obstructed into the ISD. So we're going to start with 3 blacks and 2 reds. We're going to drop a red, and then we're going to turn it. It's all just black. 4 black dice.
It's just rolling black dice.
4 black dice into the front of the ISD. For wow, I needed it to be better than that. And we're going to Ordnance Experts 2 of these. For take 4, Ken.
Alright, 4 damage. I do have 1 shield I can redirect to. We have a crit. So, we're going to contain that. We're going to redirect, because I can do that again.
Yep.
So taking 4.
1.
1. And then 2, 3, 4. I have 2 health left. I don't think this ISD is going to last too much longer.
I hope not. And then with the dial, we're going to crank this bad boy into combat, landing it right there.
Arquitens number 1. We have a navigate. We are going to use that as the dial. I can only make 1 shot against a ship, so I'm going to go from my rear to the...
I have advanced protectors.
Yes, it's not going to matter. This is going to go against the side then, I guess. So I have a red and a black die because we are at close range. Ooh. And 3 would go to 2. So you know what? Heck, I can't because I lost the evade. So you're going to take 3.
I will have you re-roll the double
to a single hit.
We will redirect to where we have shields. How many shields do I have?
You have
there?
1 here, 2 here, 3 there.
So put 1 there and put 1 there.
Okay, so we go from 2 to 1 and 1 to 0. And then I'm going to flak at the A-Wing that's sitting out in front of me on 3 health for 1. Boop. And using the dial, we're going to jump up to speed 3. We're going to do this little maneuver. I'll let you put him back in a minute.
Yeah, that's fine.
We know where he's at.
Yep. For now.
For now, yeah. He's just going to move later and put himself in a better
Oh,
spot.
he's going to die in a second.
Yeah, he probably
okay, on to my last ship. Going with Sato. Sato is going to be revealing a navigate. We're going to use it as the dial. And we're going to make my 1-shot obstructed to the front of this ISD. So I have 3 red dice. I drop 1 due to the fact that it's obstructed, and I switch both those red dice out for 2 black dice. I have Ordnance Experts, I need 2 hits to kill this IST. There we go. I don't even mess with it.
Yeah, don't mess with it. So, 1, 2, and Avenger has been destroyed.
Avenged.
It's
been avenged.
You've done some avenging, John, in those MC30s.
And then with the dial, we're going to crank now into combat, landing it right there.
We have 1 ship left to go before we get to Squadrons. Gazanti, Squadrons. We're going to use that and the token to activate 3 Squadrons. And here's the fun shenanigans we're going to do. First, we're going to start with Mauler. And Mauler just needs to be distance 1 and engaged. So here we go. Doink. 1 damage on that A-Wing. And then I have 3 dice to do 1 more damage with the Swarm. There it is.
There it is.
A-Wing is destroyed. You do get to counter.
Counter 2. Forward take 2.
You
scatter
he
it?
can scatter that, can't he? So there's the first part of my plan. Then we have Black Squadron that's going to come right up and attack the side of the MC30. 1 blue die. For an accuracy, nothing I can do about that.
Nope.
And the TIE Defender is going to come by and do the exact same thing, also with the blue die. For another... I'm very accurate at hitting ships.
You should be playing Sloan.
I should be, because with Sloan, you'd be losing stuff. But
you would have your pick of tokens to discard.
I really would. And then the Gazanti, I believe, has you double arc, John.
Yeah, with
1 arc that doesn't shoot anything.
Correct.
But it makes me feel good that I got a double arc here. So here's the single Gazanti hit, which is actually a crit.
I take it to the side.
It's probably the most powerful shot I've had. Gazanti moves ahead at speed 1. And then we go into Squadron face proper. So here we go. Let's move Saber Squadron. He's going to come out over here. And I've got a generic TIE Interceptor that's just going to move about there-ish. Not engaged with anything.
Hey, my guy is going to come up and go back on the base. That guy is going to click over.
And then Valen Rudor is going to hang out over here because he can. Just make sure he's not double arc. Not that it matters, but
that. Okay, so that's going to be the end of turn 4.
all right, beginning of turn 5. So here we go. We're going to start with the Arquitens that I'm surprised is still alive. Engineering. We're going to take one of these other cards completely out of the equation. And then we're going to make some shots. So we're going to start my rear to the front of the MC30 that has not been attacked yet. And we have 2 hits. Okay, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to spend the Concentrate Fire token here. I'm going to re-roll the black die. No, I'm going to leave it. Take 2.
We will redirect both of them over to there.
And I'm going to take the second shot. That's going to be my side into your front. So 3 red dice. And cool. Wow, this is why I am now going to use the TRC here. And we'll make one into a double, and then you're going to make me re-roll it.
Re-roll it immediately.
Into a crit.
And I think we're going to just take it to the front. It was against the front, right?
Yeah, it was against the front, yes. Okay. And then this guy is at speed 2. I think we're going to spend that token and just jet to speed 3, doing the double over there. So there goes the token. Ship comes up over here. We push him back.
We're going to start off with that guy over there. He's got a nav. We're going to use it as a dial. We're going to make a close range shot against the rear of that Gazanti. I'm going to switch out the red dice for blue dice, though.
All right.
In an attempt to get an accuracy. If I get an accuracy, it's funny. Here we go. There's still
you got
a
it to
chance.
stand. That was kind of cool.
Still a chance.
No.
Nope, it doesn't matter what I do.
So
You can just scatter it.
Just gonna scatter it. Goes away.
And then if you could just move me to stay on the table.
Oh, you want to stay on the table?
There, it looks fine.
It's much more fun to have you fly off, though, John.
Yeah. There we go.
So my other Arquitens nav, we'll use that as the dial. We're going to make a medium range obstructed shot to the front of this MC-30. 2 red dice.
They're going to wind up being as they lie, so you cannot use your green evade, you cannot use your redirect, take 0 damage.
Cool.
And, well, jeez. We're going to move out over here. We'll just air it a little bit.
Right there.
All right.
Okay, we're going to activate my ship right here. And we're revealing a navigate. We're going to use it. We're also going to use this token to move this ace down to here. And I want to be at distance 1 of both of your ships. So right there. And then we're going to shoot into...
The side.
Yeah, it honestly doesn't matter. So, yeah.
Do I have any shields on
You
there?
have 1 on the rear, which is the only place I can reach you in range.
Huh.
So, black dice into your side.
Okay.
Hit!
I guess I'm going to redirect that to my rear.
Cool. Look at that, Ken. We're doing things.
Now I have no shields.
Okay.
You must remove a die because you're using Mar2, right?
Yeah. Sato says 2 black dice, long range,
Yes.
into your... It's just cardboard to cardboard.
Yep.
And I would show you on camera, but if I do, it probably will move ships. So here we go. 2 dice. Let's see if I can get some damage in. I'm going to restart that and reroll both with ordnance. That.
Well, we're going to cancel the double, and I have to take a single, don't I?
You do?
All right, there we go.
Now, this is a risky play by me, like always. I'm jumping to speed 4, and we're going to try to take out some ships. And I'm going to overlap my own fighter. And we're going to land right there.
Well, I think what I'm going to do is take your fighter. We're going to put him right here where I can shoot at him later, because that's fun.
Okay. So I'm going to just
And then you
measure
take
this
2
out real
damage,
fast.
right?
So not engaged and obstructed. Like that. And I take 2 damage, and we're just going to knock that off the rear, because I don't need those rear shields. And next shot.
So the Gazanti is what I've got left. Squadrons. We're going to use that. I can get to both Saber Squadron and Vel and Rudor. So we're going to start with Saber. We're going to put him in snipe range. He rolls 4 reds. Blues. I picked up the right dice. There's 2.
Okay.
He does have swarm. Is he engaged with? Did we say? With
Yes, he is.
So then let's re-roll that one for 3.
Cool. So I go down to 1.
And man, you know what I feel like doing next, John, with that second one? We're just going to make this really easy, and we're going to move Mauler up here. He's going to be nowhere near the other guy, but he's dead.
Sure.
Cool. I have no real shots at all with here. So we're moving ahead at speed 1. And John, your final ship is ready to go.
Okay, we're going to activate the flagship. The flagship has, you guessed it, a nav. We're going to use it, but before we do that, we're going to be throwing 3 red dice at long range into the front of that Gazanti.
Alright.
So, it's how they lie, nothing crazy. Or, I'm sad I might as well not take that shot.
Yeah.
And I was right. So, now we're going to jump up to speed 3. And we're going to land ourselves right there.
Think we're going to Squadrons?
Into Squadrons.
Squadrons. Let's get some of these back into kind of close range to a fight. You know, if there winds up being a fight, I guess I should say. There's 2.
My last 2. We're gonna move right to there, so they're not exposed. And the rest of them are in turns.
Rest of them. So we're going to move Valen Rudor. He can get right up to the A-wing. He's going to come over here, and this generic interceptor is going to hang out right there next to him.
Okay, that does it. On to round 6.
All right, Arquitens number 2 in turn 5. I'm sorry, we're in turn 6. Nav, we're going to use that as the dial. And I could shoot at the assault frigate, but that's pointless. I'm not killing it. So we're going to fire from my side, or my rear, into the front of the MC-30. I have red and black for a hit and an accuracy. I cannot TRC, so I guess it doesn't matter what I block. Take 1.
I will just take 1.
All right. And then using the nav dial, we jump up to speed 3. We're going to do that maneuver. John, if you could do the honors.
Barely on the table, Ken.
Yeah, that's okay. I'm good at that.
Okay, so we're clearly going to go with Foresight right here, who's revealing to navigate, and we're going to use it. Tycho is still at distance 1, so we're going to be doing some hefty firing right into you, Ken.
Okay.
And let me just check this range. That is just out.
Out.
Cool. So we're going to shoot first the front into you, and that's going to be total of 4 blacks after Sato does all this stuff.
1, okay.
Into your side. Oof. We will re-roll these 2 with ordnance. I think that's going to take you.
I think it will. So I'm going to redirect and use the contain. I'll redirect to the front.
Front? Okay, I APT you.
APT. APT is structural damage. Of course it is. And then I have to take, what, 4? 6?
6. That's
so
1.
1.
That's 2.
2. 3 kills it. It's gone.
Okay, and that's why it mattered if we were in range there. So
Yep.
now I have to try to stay on the table. And I think I can do that, and it just stays on the table.
You have a nav?
I have a nav.
Then yes, you can do that.
So we're going to do that, and I stay on the table right there.
All right. All right, my final ship, the Gazanti Squadrons. Let's go ahead and use it. I'm within range of a bunch of stuff, so let's bring in the TIE Defenders to start. TIE Defenders are going to go hang out, say hello to Tico, and shoot. That's 2 blues and 2 blacks for 4.
We scatter
Yep.
the whole lot.
Then we're going to move Saber Squadron up and around, just make sure we are out of distance 1 to do the snipe.
It would call it good.
And 4 blues. We can swarm. Block the scatter. Take 1.
Take 1. Okay.
And then I've got no shots with the Gazanti because everything's too far away. And I believe I'm going to be eating an asteroid. That's usually what you do, John.
It is. I've avoided it so far this game.
Thrust control malfunction. I can't use yaw.
Cool. Sato says he has a nav. We're going to use that squadron that I was contemplating using last turn, but decided I needed to save it. We're going to take Tico before he dies, and he's going to move over here, and he's going to shoot into your side.
Okay. I have no shields on the rear, do I?
You don't have shields anywhere. Okay?
Well, John, that means that's a hit.
Cool. And then we're going to take this medium range shot into your side. It's 2 reds and a blue. We're going to drop the reds for black dice. And we're going to Sato into you. And that's going to do it.
That's dead. For those interested at home, projector misaligned, which I always get it when I don't have any shields.
You always do. At that point, we're going to call the game. Fighters aren't in range of anything, so
No.
that's going to do it.
All right, so we're back, and that went nowhere near how I was expecting it to be, John.
So I played this before 1.5. Ken has suffered through this type of fleet before. 1.5 really actually limits this fleet, except my black dice were hot after the rerolls.
Yeah, your black dice were hot. The only advantage, I didn't have to deal with APTs on both shots, which I was ready to flip the table in those days.
Yes. This is my favorite iteration of Sato. And as you can see, I actually have a decent fighter wing that have absolutely no interest at all of being fighters. They are Sato.
Yeah, and you brought one out at a time, so my fighters wound up kind of being neutered. They couldn't do anything. Blue dice against, I need some bombers to have effectively done anything. If I could have scored some extra hits onto that MC-30, I may have had it. But then you already figured where my escape route was going to be. You had that the assault frigate there. I mean, it's this is what happens when you play the same guy 100 games in a row.
I have not killed, I think, a single Arquiten in like 3 seasons plus. So I'm like, I know where Ken's going to go. I've seen Ken do this exact formation. I'm going to put my big ship right there with the thing, so I get Sato on both of them at the end. So that's what I did.
Now that John knows what I'm doing, I'm going to show him my real strategy. So come like season 12, you guys will actually see me win a game.
I thought it was cool that you actually got Tagge on a brace.
Oh yeah, that was good. Again, intentionally, I was hoping I'd be able to use, I think, the evade at one point with the Arquitens.
If the ISD didn't get killed, your thing would have had an evade and it would have survived.
It would have. I made one mistake with the Arquitens in terms of forgetting the nav tokens. That would have only saved 1 damage point, though, and it wouldn't have made any difference because you overkilled both.
I didn't even take the second shot on the one.
No, you didn't.
That's the stronger shot.
Right. So it really didn't matter.
No.
But, you know, hey, another victory in the books for you, John.
Yeah. I like Sato in this type of realm. It's just you have to play him completely differently than any other commander.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
So normally, like, fighters are a chess game with the fighters, but instead, Sato is, I need to bring just enough squadrons to do Sato things, and then I play chess on how not to get attacked, aim them into position with my ships in the right place for the entire time. So it's, like, stressful.
And I took out 3 of your generic squadrons, had 1 more. I could have probably done something to the squadrons, but again, with Tico and Shara, you're going to be moving them away into a point to where I'm just sitting there doing pot shots.
Yes. So if you haven't already, subscribe to our channel and get notified when a new video comes out. Give us a like and then comment, have you used Sato successfully or have you gotten tokens back with Tagge? They're both kind of very out there commanders.
They really are. So thanks so much for watching. Until next time, I'm Ken.
I'm John.
And this is Ion Radio.